Hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We shall be starting as usual at 10:35 around. Let others join. So I have already shared my screen. Just be ready with your IS 800 booklet and steel tables. Good morning, everyone. It's 10:30. We shall be starting in 3 or 4 minutes. Right now, I'm having 33 students who have already joined it, and we are waiting for at least 30 more students to join. So, in any case, we shall be starting at 10:35 as usual. I'm sure all of you are able to listen to my voice and also are able to see the screen. And once again, I request each and every one to please join with your ID at least. If you wish to write your name, you can write, but ID has to be there. So before we start with the today's lecture, today's discussion, anything anybody wishes to ask, he or she can type it in the chat box. Hello. Maybe class है मैं starting हाँ starting करना चाहता हूँ yes another 2 minutes somebody is willing to ask something one can ask it's 10:33 10:35 we'll start with the compression members part 2. The screen that you are seeing right now is already been shared on your WhatsApp group yesterday. I've already shared the first part that we had covered till yesterday, and some of the parts of this part 1 and part 2 is already shared in the form of hand notes, and some part of that hand notes we shall be covering today, including 1 or 2 numericals, right? I'm sure all of you have downloaded it, and I would request each and everybody to keep all the downloaded documents in one folder so as to retrace as and when they are required. So right now we are 51 students. Yesterday we had 76 or 78 in between. So I'm expecting another 20 or so to join. But in any case, we shall be starting another 30 seconds. Okay, it's time. So we'll keep on adding as and when somebody is joining. Doesn't matter, but it's that. But I request each and every one to please join in time. In any case, okay. This is the slide which all of you are seeing right now. This is in continuation. So we shall be continuing this process. The design of compression members. So yesterday we had covered 2 or 3 basic things that design of compression members primarily depends upon the material properties, of course, the length of the compression member, imperfection factor that defines the strength, and also the more importantly and most important of all is the slenderness ratio. And slenderness ratio is governed by the length, and length is defined in 2 terms. One is the actual length, and second is the effective length. So yesterday we had covered that what exactly we mean by the slenderness ratio, right? So a slenderness ratio, indirectly the length, material of the column or the compression member, And the third one was, and the most important was also the end conditions. So end conditions define the effective length. Effective length defines the slenderness ratio. And slenderness ratio defines whether the column will fail in buckling or it will shall fail in crushing. Right. Yesterday we also had seen one curve that anything if the slenderness ratio we had denoted by lambda. If this slenderness ratio is more than lambda c, that is critical lambda, then the column is likely to fail in buckling, right? So in continuation of that process, we are continuing with the design curves, right? If you see this slide, there are
बंदे को सुबह उठ के
वो कौन बोला? Okay. If you see the slide, there are four different approaches that are written on this slide, right? But we are concerned with only one. I'll be highlighting it. The formula based upon the maximum strength. Formula based upon the maximum strength, and that primarily is governed by the crushing strength, right? So we are not following this one. The formula based upon the yield limit state yield, that's Perry-Robertson formula, and primarily as per IS 800 code, this is the formula which is adopted by Indian standards, right? So this is formula that we shall be focusing on. IS 800 has adopted this formula, Perry-Robertson formula. It is also written on the bottom part of the slides. The Indian code IS 800 has adopted the multiple column curves, which is based upon Perry-Robertson theory. And it is same as being adopted by the British code, right? This is just the reference information. The more importantly is that we are following this Perry-Robertson formula, and Perry-Robertson formula is based upon theory given by him, and he has given multiple curves. If you see, if you read the bottom part again, let me allow certain students who are wish to join. Lakshay Vasan, if he is joining, please join with your ID, right? Okay. It is based upon Peary-Robertson formula, and the formula has curves, multiple column curves, right? And these curves are also shown in your IS 800, and I'm also showing it in, you can open your IS 800 booklet. And before we move on to third slide, there is a tangent modulus theory. We are not following it and we are not discussing it, but just the reference, right? Empirical formula such as Merchant-Rankine formula, and this was being used as per IS 800 1984 or the previous code 1984 में जो code use हो रहा था IS का वो use कर रहा था, but you should focus on this Perry-Robertson formula that is adopted by the IS 800 2007, right? So this is just the reference slide, and we shall move on to the curves, Perry-Robertson curves, which are also given in your IS 800 booklet. So I'm opening it. You can also open IS 800 booklet. This is IS 800. Go to page number 34, 35. Okay, and this is the page. If you see this page, this is column buckling curves, right? Yesterday, we also had a little reference to the column buckling class. According to the slenderness ratio and the structural dimension of the column. So we are going to discuss the various classes, that is class A, class A, class B, class C, and class D, right? And these curves are the Perry-Robertson curves based upon Perry-Robertson theory, and this has been adopted by IS 800 Indian standards, right? Just have to refer to this curve. You don't have to read anything from this curve because all these values have been converted into tabular forms, which we shall be discussing after few slides, right? But this is just the reference. This is the curve between FCD, that is FCD, the compressive design stress, right? And Fy is the yield stress. So these terms are clear. And along this direction, this is the slenderness ratio. So based upon these two factors, these curves have been given, and this is what we call as Perry-Robertson curves, right? This is given there in your IS 800 code as well, right? So this is just the reference. Moving to the next slide, it is the same curve which has been taken from the code, and if you see the code actually, uh, the horizontal axis has not been mentioned, and but it is basically the lambda, right? Lambda, that is the slenderness ratio. Clear? So this has been mentioned in this curve. This is lambda critical, that is defined by Fy upon FCR. FCR is the critical. Lambda critical is equal to Fy divided by FCR, where FCR is the critical compressive stress. But at the same time, one should not be worried about how to read, how to get the values from, because all the values based upon these curves have been converted into tabular form, right? So that table we shall be discussing in following slides. And the second table, table number 7, yesterday we were discussing also that based upon the sectional dimensions, cross sectional dimensions, like कि उसकी लंबाई चौड़ाई कितनी है member की, and also the thickness of that member. For example, this is T section, right? This is flange, this one is web, right? तो इसकी thickness TF लिख देते हैं, इसकी thickness TW है. All these dimensions are given in steel tables, and there is the width of the flange, we call it as BF, and then height of that or the depth of the section, we call it as D or H, right? So based upon these cross-sectional dimensions, so we are going to define class A, class B, class C, and class D. And why do we need it? Because based upon class, we call it as buckling class, we need to have the imperfection factors, right? For class A, factor shall be 0.21. जब use करेंगे that it will be more clear to you. For class B, it is 0.34, 49, and 0.76 based upon the class. Now, if there's a next slide, this is the class. How do we define the class? Basically, based upon the dimensions. And the same table is there in your IS code. I'll be opening the same page from your IS code, because that you shall be referring all the time. You open the table number 10. This one. This is table number 10. बकलिंग क्लास ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन. सेम जो फिगर है वो मैंने स्लाइड में ली हुई है. दिस वन, this is the page I have taken it from the table number 10 of IS 800. So I'm referring to directly to the that table. It has first is the cross section, then is the limits, then buckling about axis, and the buckling class. right? So when we talk about the cross section, already said that there are certain dimensions attached with certain cross sections. If you see this, the rolled eye section are the sections which we get from the market. That's the ready-made sections which we get from the manufacturing industry. That height is there, this width is there. These are the two prime factors we shall be focusing on from this diagram. And thickness of the web, this is thickness of the web and thickness of the flange, right? So these are the four dimensions which based upon which we shall be defining the buckling class. So ultimately we have to define the buckling class, and according to the buckling class we need to have the imperfection factors and various other calculations, right? And the second thing about this is uh, the axis, buckling about axis, right? So if we are talking about the columns, I section or the columns of the vertical members, so there are such sections, axis, I'm just rubbing it in here. Let me make it, okay. Okay, if this is the I section and this one is the Z section, right? If you look at the steel tables, actually, if you look at the steel tables, I'm opening it right now. This is the steel table. And I'm opening the I section part, right? So if you look at this steel table right now, though it is not very clear, all of you have got and if you look at the section axis here, this value, I'm redrawing it. Right? This has been mentioned as x-axis, and this has been mentioned as y-axis. And the third one, along the length of the member, it is referred as z-axis. But we are using this member as column, right? We are using this column, this member as a column like this. This is the I section, and we are using as a vertical member, right? Right. So in this case, this axis, which is mentioned here as x-axis, we shall be referring this as z-axis. And this axis, this one, we shall be referring as x-axis. And the y-axis would remain the same. I'm sure I'm clear. Right. So if you look at the diagram again, this IS page. So this has been mentioned as z-axis. The buckling can happen along z-axis. Buckling can happen along y-axis. Then when we are doing certain numericals, we shall be very clear. So we have to consider the weakest section. Weakest section means कि पहले के axis के along buckling हो सकती है. So there are certain calculations based upon that we shall be defining it, right? But for the timing, you have to just see that based upon the sections and based upon the cross-section dimensions, so we are going to define the buckling class, right? So how to define? There are certain limits. H upon BF, this is H upon BF. If it is greater than 1.2, and along with TF, TF is the thickness of the flange, right? अगर ये दोनों का combination के हिसाब से there can be two failures along z-axis, along y-axis. If it is along z-axis, we consider it as class A. If it is along y-axis, we shall be considering it as class B. Right. So ये इसको हम repeat करेंगे when we are doing the numericals. So there are certain other values you don't have to remember, but as and when the case comes, we shall be referring to this table, and the primary function of this table is that we are going to define the class, buckling class. This is the target, right? So buckling class जब हम define करेंगे, we shall be referring to this table, and based upon these cross sectional dimensions, अगर rolled section है तो इस हिसाब से ये criteria follow करेंगे हम लोग, right? If it is a welded section, then we shall be following this criteria, If it is a hollow section, we shall be following this criteria. It's a welded box section, we shall be following this criteria. And if it is angle, channel, or solid section, we shall be following this criteria of its, or if it is a built up member, we shall be following this criteria. So all these things we shall be clear when we are doing one numerical, and this is not that difficult as it looks, but just have to mention, refer this table to define the buckling class, right? So this is the table which has been reproduced from the IS. So all you have to remember that we have to define buckling class before we design the member, or we find the strength of the member, because buckling class would define the slenderness ratio, and slenderness ratio would define the ultimate load carrying capacity of that member. Imperfection factors and all these things shall be clear from this table. And this is the same table. The is the extension of that table already had shown in the IS 800. So now coming to the design strength, अब हमारा numerical का काम जो है वो शुरू होने वाला है. Just be very very clear and very very sure about this process. And the good thing is that you don't have to remember anything, just have to refer the things. So open the steel IS 800. This is clause 7.1.2.800, and already we had referred that PD, design load capacity, has to be more than the load which is being applied on the member. P applied, जितना लोड उसके ऊपर लगा उससे ज़्यादा स्ट्रेंथ की मेंबर की स्ट्रेंथ होनी चाहिए. एंड PD in general is given by AE into FCD. AE into FCD. AE is the effective area of the member, right? That shall be governed by 7 clause 7.3.2. I can open it. This is the clause, right? I was reading this one. Design strength 7.1.2, P shall be less than PD, or PD shall be greater than P. And PD is given by AE into FCD. A is the effective area, right? And effective area is given by 7.3.2. You can read it from 7.3.2. 7.3.2 is this one. This is effective area, right? If you read it, the gross sectional area shall be taken as the effective sectional area of all compression members. For example, आप I section ले रहे हैं यहाँ पे, right? आप I section ले रहे हैं IS HB 250, right? IS HB 250. If you open the steel tables, IS HB 250. This is steel table. Look at IS HB 250, right? There are two values here. One is of 51.0 kg per meter, another one is 54.7 kg per meter. ये भी चीज आपको define की होगी. You have to define, get the area from this, and area is given by 1, 2, 3, fourth column. So this is the area. That's all, right? So here इसमें कोई मुश्किल काम नहीं है. You just have to read the relevant column to get the area, right? And if you keep on reading this 7.3.2, read this one. The holes not fitted with the rivets, holes not fitted with rivets, bolts or pins shall be deducted from the gross area. अगर तो उसमें bolts और rivets लगी हुई हैं, then we shall consider the area as the total area. बट अगर उसमें होल्स हुए हैं बट रिबर्ट्स वगैरह नहीं लगी हुई हैं, देन उसका उतना एरिया हम होल्स का माइनस करेंगे. दिस इज द ओनली मीनिंग ऑफ दिस इफेक्टिव एरिया. Coming back to the slide, and this formula is given in the code as well, right? So I'm shifting to the code page so that it will be easier for you to read it. This section 7, beginning of the section, and this is the page, right? 7.1.2.1, right? And primarily what we need to do is that we need to find the FCD, राइट क्यों? को FCD जब फाइंड आउट कर लेंगे तो FCD को we shall be multiplying it with the, this is the formula, right? FCD multiplied by area. Finding area is not a big task, so we can get it from the steel tables or directly from the geometry of the section. The second part is FCD. How to get the FCD? That is defined by this formula, right? So FCD or the design compressive stress is given by Fy divided by gamma MO. Gamma MO is clear to you. Fy is clear to you. For example, 250 Newton per mm square divided by phi, right? Phi plus within bracket phi square minus lambda. Lambda already we have defined. Lambda is the slenderness ratio, right? And whole raised to power 0.5. And what is phi? And phi is given by this formula. The phi is further to be calculated 0.5, 1 plus alpha lambda minus 0.2 plus lambda. Now there is another term coming here, right? Alpha. So formula is to be calculated in this direction. To find FCD, so we need to find first the value of alpha, right? Alpha already we have defined. Alpha is the, somebody can tell me what is alpha? What is alpha?
Factors are
imperfection
factor.
Imperfection factors, right? So imperfection factor find out करने के लिए हमें क्या ढूंढना पड़ेगा? Class, buckling class, right? Buckling class A है, buckling class B है, buckling class C है. That was table number 7. So buckling class ढूंढने के लिए हमें ज्योमेट्री ढूंढनी पड़ेगी. ज्योमेट्री के हिसाब से फिर हम इसको फार्मूले को ढूंढेंगे. Then we'll work out the value of phi, right? And lambda is non-dimensional effective slenderness ratio, and lambda is calculated by, ये हमने कल भी कर लिया था, Fy upon FCC, and Fy upon FCC, FCC की वैल्यू इसमें डाल दी, पुट कर दी गई है. And what is K? K is the factor that is to be calculated based upon the end conditions, right? K is the factor which is based upon the end conditions. कल टेबल नंबर हमने 11 किया था. टेबल नंबर 11 में I am showing it again. This was the table. Table number 11, and this is the value of K. अगर यहाँ पे 2 लिखा है तो this is K is equal to 2. इस केस में K is equal to 1, right? In third case, this is 1.2. K is 1.2. Here K is 0.8. Here K is 0.65. So we'll work out K according to the end conditions that shall be given to you in the numericals, right? So coming back to the code part, that formula. Okay. So we will work out K. That length shall be given to you. Then R. R is the effective radius of gyration. Gyration दो consider करेंगे हम लोग. One shall be RZZ and another one shall be RY. Right? दोनों में से जो minimum होगा वो हम consider करेंगे. That shall be clear when we calculate it. Right? So this is the formula that has to be used to find the lambda. Lambda is further used to find the phi, and phi is to be used. I'm just rubbing it to make it clear. Okay, so basically we need to calculate the value of FCD. राइट तो एफसीडी की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है, उसके लिए हमें फार्मूले को नीचे से कैरी करना पड़ेगा. राइट सो विल वर्क इट आउट के, विल वर्क इट आउट एल, विल वर्क आउट आर. ये सारी वैल्यू इसमें पुट कर देंगे. दैट विल बी वैल्यूज पुट ओवर हियर. व्हेन वी पुट दिस वैल्यू इन दिस फार्मूला, we can work it out lambda. When we are done with lambda, we put this value in this, we'll get the value of phi. right? When we get the value of phi, we'll put the value of phi in this formula, so we'll get the value of FCD. So this formula has to be worked out in from bottom to top. So once we get the value of FCD, then we can get the strength that PD shall be equal to FCD multiplied by AE. AE is to be calculated according to the geometry of the member, and FCD जैसे अभी मैंने बताया. So this shall be very clear to you when we are doing the numerical, right? There is another. Can somebody tell me how we call it this one? जो अभी मैंने green में highlight किया, इसको कैसे क्या बोलते हैं? Somebody can tell me, like, what is this? Phi. This one is phi, right? This one is lambda. What is this? How do we call it? क्या नाम है इसका? Anybody? हेलो, आवाज आ रही है यादव जी?
सर
कभी देखा नहीं है ये?
देखा है सर, मिसर के
देखा है, ओके. एनीबडी? इट्स $1 million क्वेश्चन. केबीसी में अगर आ जाएगा तो क्या करेंगे आप? केबीसी में अगर जाना हुआ तो बाई चांस बोले कि हम आपने बीटेक किया और आप मैथमेटिक्स से पढ़े हुए हैं, तो मैथमेटिक्स में ये सिंबल यूज होता है, राइट? इसको क्या बोलते हैं? ओके, एनीवे, दिस इज कॉल्ड काई. Somebody write it as CAI, some can write it as KAI, but some write it as XAI. We can call it as chi, right? Clear? Clear? Like Xiaomi, Xiaomi, and all these things are done, right? So we are इसकी जरूरत हमें कैलकुलेशन में पड़ेगी नहीं, because already we have taken this factor into the consideration. So this is what we call it as stress reduction factor, and this is as per the table number 8 for different buckling classes. And what is table number 8? There are A, B, C, D. There are 4 tables. I'll show you this. These are the tables. Stress reduction factor 8, and this is the value of chi. 8A for a class A, table 8B for class B, table 8C for class C, and table 8D for class D, right? So we will be referring to this. I'm sure you are able to read this table. This is slenderness ratio. Along this direction we have the yield stress. Generally we will be referring to this 250, right? The KL upon R जितना भी हमारा वैल्यू आएगा उस हिसाब से हम वैल्यूज को इंटरपोलेट करके वैल्यूज ढूंढ लेंगे, right? A very small exercise, if somebody like all of you can do it. Can you find, okay, I'm writing it. Can you calculate from this table? I'm referring to table number 8D, right? 8D में find the value of KL upon R. If it is 75, KL upon R if it's 75, then what shall be the value of xi for FY 250? जल्दी से कैलकुलेट करके मेरे को बताएं. क्वेश्चन समझ लग गया? KLR की वैल्यू आपकी यहाँ पे है 75. 70 की वैल्यू आपको पता है, दिस इज 0.587. 80 की वैल्यू आपको पता है, दिस इज 0.521. हमने ढूंढना है 75 के लिए. ढूंढे तो जरा हाउ टू रीड दिस टेबल, एंड वी यूज इट इंटरपोलेशन. दिस इज मैथमेटिकल प्रोसेस. जैसे आप तीसरी, चौथी, 5वीं क्लास में करते थे ना, कि 5 केले अगर 10 रुपए के आते हैं तो 7 केले कितने के आएंगे, लाइक दिस. अगर 70 वैल्यू है तो उसकी काई की वैल्यू 587 है। अगर 80 है तो काई की वैल्यू 521 है। अगर 75 हो तो कितनी होगी? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन। समझ लगा साहिल?
यस सर। सर इसको इंटरपोलेट करेंगे हम y2 माइनस y1 इक्वल टू x माइनस
बताएं।
नहीं करता हूँ सर अभी।
क्योंकि इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी हमें, बिकॉज इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी हमें, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग इट, because if any like all of you are comfortable with interpolation, then it is okay. If you are not, then it will be problem. मैं इसको दोबारा ड्रॉ कर देता हूँ. I'm just coming to the blank page. Okay, this is the blank page. We have to find the value of chi for KL upon R is equal to 75, right? The value of chi for 70, the value of chi for 80 from the table, and Fy is 250 MPa. Value of 70 as per table is 510. It is 0.587 and it is 0.521. So we have to find the value of chi for 75. How much? This is the question, right? So interpolation हम ऐसे करते हैं, like this is the mathematic process, right? This is 70. The value is 0.587. This is 80. The value is 0.521, and we have to find the value of 75. How much is this? Clear? जल्दी से बताएं. The chi for 75. मैं लिख देता हूँ, अगर किसी को समझ लग जाएगी तो उसको नहीं लगा तो पूछ लेना. 587 इतना तो श्योर है कि
0.554
521 और 587 के बीच में होगी, राइट?
So 0.554
0.554, राइट. ठीक है. अगर किसी को नहीं समझ लगा तो मैं यहाँ पर लिख देता हूँ हाउ डू वी डू इट एक्चुअली, राइट? सो इट शैल बी लेसर देन 0.587. कितना लेस होगा वो उसको हमें वर्कआउट करना है, राइट? तो 70 है तो इतना है, 80 है तो इतना है, और जस्ट अ मिनट. (0.587 minus 0.521 multiplied by 75 minus 70, राइट? 10 के पीछे इतना चेंज हो रहा है और 5 के पीछे कितना होगा? दिस इज 5, दिस इज 10, और इसके पीछे ये वैल्यू का वर्कआउट करेंगे. अगर कैलकुलेशन सही है तो इट शैल बी 0.554. This is what we call interpolation. So one has to be very, very sure about interpolation because we shall be using it, right? So I'm moving ahead with these slides. So the formula is completed, and these are the tables we shall be referring. इसको अभी देखने की जरूरत नहीं. Only thing that we need to know that we shall be using table 8. 4 टेबल A to D हैं, ये हम यूज करेंगे to find chi. 8A, 8B, 8C, and 8D. These are the 4 tables to find the value of chi, right? And similarly, there are 4 tables to get the value of FCD. डिजाइन स्ट्रेंथ को हम सीधा भी कैलकुलेट करेंगे एंड फार्मूले के साथ भी कैलकुलेट करेंगे। देन विल सी कि फार्मूला यूज करना आसान है या टेबल यूज करना आसान है। तो जो भी आपको कन्वीनियंट लगेगा देन वी कैन रेफर। सो दीज आर आल्सो 4 टेबल्स टू फाइंड द एफसीडी डायरेक्टली। जो अभी हमने फार्मूला देखा है ना यहाँ पे, दिस फार्मूला, this FCD, all this value we can get from the table directly without using the formula, right? And to use this formula, we have to be very, very sure about how to do the interpolation and which table has to be used. So again, there are 4 tables depending upon the class. Class A, this table number 9, table number 9B, table number 9C, and table number 9D. So this is the formula that will give you the direct value of FCD. अगर हम टेबल यूज करेंगे देन वी विल नॉट बी रिक्वायर्ड टू अप्लाई दिस फार्मूला। अगर हम टेबल यूज करेंगे, इफ वी डिसाइड टू चूज, if we choose to use table 9 ABCD, right, then we don't have to use this formula, right? So we can get the value directly from the table. So this is all about, and we shall start with the numerical. Just note down this. ये न्यूमेरिकल का सॉल्यूशन मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको हैंड रिटन में भेजा हुआ है, बट विल डू इट हियर, राइट? अगर कंप्लीट हुआ तो कंप्लीट अभी करेंगे, कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ तो इसको कल भी कंटिन्यू करेंगे। देयर विल बी 2 or 3 न्यूमेरिकल्स बेस्ड ऑन द डिजाइन स्ट्रेंथ। यू नोट इट डाउन। Calculate the design axial load on the column. There again I'm telling you, you have to learn to read the numerical statement of the numerical. Each and every word gives you some information, right? First of all, this axial load. Axial load means no eccentricity. There's no eccentricity. So that means we are dealing with the plane case. Right? Axial load on the column. The column itself means this is compression member. Right? And then next is ISMB 400. The information for this has to be taken from either SP 1964, but we are using steel table. The same information is there from steel tables. Right? So we have to read it from the steel table. And the next is the height of the column is 3.5 meter. That means actual length of the column is 3.5 meter. That is 3500 mm. Right? And next line is that it is pin ended. Pin ended means end conditions. End condition will give you the effective length. Based upon the end condition, we can work out the effective length. Right? So we will be referring to table number 11, right, to get the value of LE. Now next line is assume the following Fy, that is the material, that is Fy is given to you, Fu is given to you, and E is the modulus of elasticity, that is also given to you, right? These are some of these values which you might have remembered by now, right? ये आपको ऐसे ही याद होनी चाहिए. If these are missing, you can always assume it, right? Now our job is to find what? Our job is to find the design axial load, and design axial load as per formula is what? Design axial load बेटा कैलकुलेट करना है. इसका मतलब क्या है, क्या करना है? अगर फॉर्मूले में देखेंगे तो we have to find the value of PT, and PD is given by AE in multiplied by FCD, right? अब AE is directly given in the table. ये आपको स्टील टेबल से देखना है, राइट? तो स्टील टेबल से कैसे देखना है? नाउ वी आर मूविंग टू द सॉल्यूशन, राइट? सो कौन कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए हमें स्टील टेबल से? सो वी विल बी मूविंग टू द हैंड रिटन नोट्स जो मैंने आपको कल भेजे थे. सो दिस इज द सॉल्यूशन, जस्ट रीड इट. आई विल बी रीडिंग इट फॉर यू, राइट? आप स्टील टेबल खोल लें. for ISMB 400 from steel table. I'm repeating H. अब स्टील टेबल की वैल्यू आप देखें, अब अगर स्टील टेबल आपका खुला है तो आप ISHB 400, तो ISHB 400 आपको वेट भी साथ में दिया हुआ है, ISMB 400, not HB, this is IMB. So we'll be referring to ISMB 400. ISMB is here. So ISMB 400 is this, right? So area of this is given 78.46. This is in centimeter square. The area is 7846 mm square, right? So we have taken this value from the steel table, right? So H is the height of the section, BF is 140. All these values have been taken it from the steel table. The TF is 16, TW is 8.9, area मैंने आपको पहले लिखा दिया, RZ and RYY. These are the two radius of gyration. We have to take it from the steel table. I'm going back to the steel table. Now you can read it, right? If you see this, the depth of the section H, ये हमने steel table से लेना है, width of the flange B, thickness of the flange T, thickness of the wedge TW, and radius of gyration. There are two values of gyration. One is R. इसमें आर एक्स एक्स लिखा हुआ है, मैंने पहले क्लियर कर दिया दैट वी शैल बी रीडिंग फॉर द कॉलम. अगर हम बीम को रेफर करें दैन इट शैल बी एक्स एक्स, अगर कॉलम रैप बनाएंगे दैन इट शैल बी आर जेड जेड, राइट? So this is ry and this is rzz. So these values are taken from the steel table, right? So moving to the solution part. So all this information is to be taken from the steel tables, right? So once we are done with this basic parameters, now we start solving the numerical. L is 3500 mm, it is given to you. End condition is given to you, that is pin ended, and for pin ended K is 1.0. I'll show it to you from the table number 11. These are the effective length, right? This is pin ended. This is the symbol for pin. Both the ends are pinned, right? Pin means it's like just like shoulder. Your arm can move in one direction, but it is fixed, right? It is restrained at one end, but it is free, can move in the another direction. Similarly like this. So this is pin ended. You have to remember that this is the pin ended condition. If it is pin ended, the effect value of K is 1, right? So if the value of K is 1, so you should start writing it here. So that means LE E is equal to L, and that is equal to 3500 mm, right? Now, as I made you clear that we need to calculate the buckling class. So buckling class के हिसाब से आप phi की value और lambda की value workout कर पाएंगे, right? तो buckling class as per I section, right? So as per I section, if you look at the buckling class table that defines the buckling class, again you have to go back to the IS page and you see this one. I'm now erasing the other things. Right. So if you see that this question falls in this the very first column, right? So इसमें हमने ये चीज कैलकुलेट करनी पड़ेगी, H divided by BF. H divided by BF, right? So H divided by BF, in our case, H is 400 and BF is from steel table. BF कितना है? BF from the steel table is
140.
140, right? So we work it out from this. H upon BF divided, this is 400 divided by 140. This is coming out to be 2.86, right? And it is more than 1.2, right? The second criteria, if you look at the IS code, we need to check what is TF. So what is TF? How much in this case? The value of TF, ये वाली वैल्यू तो हमारी 2.86 आ गई, राइट? ये वाली वैल्यू कितनी है TF?
16, sir.
16. It is less than 40, right? So it is less than 40. So we are considering this class. So we are falling in this category, right? In this category, there are two classes. We have to consider Z or Y. So if we are considering buckling along Z, so we are into class A. If we are considering buckling along Y, we are into class B. To start with, practically we take the minimum radius of gyration, because if you see the table, we have noted down two values. One is RZZ. This is 161.5. There's another value RYY, and this is 28.2, right? आपकी प्रैक्टिस के लिए हम दोनों वैल्यूज के साथ कैलकुलेट करेंगे. We'll be considering RZZ, and this will be class A, right? If we consider buckling along y-axis, this will be class B. So we will be doing two calculations, right? So that's what I have written it here. So according to this, right? So there are two class, one class A for ZZ and class B for YY. So this is the, how do we calculate? I have also written on this page for you. Let me mark it in red. Right. So ये value हमने explain कर दी. Based upon this, we have to define the class. ZZ class A, YY class B. So first of all, we'll calculate about ZZ axis. About ZZ axis, FCC is the formula that you already there in the code. That is pi square E divided by KL upon R square. So based upon, we're putting all the values you have, right? E is 2 into 10 raised to the power 5. K is 1, L is 35, R is 161.5. So when we are considering ZZ, so we are considering this value, right? So based upon this, FCC is coming out to be 4202 Newton per mm square. So इसकी वैल्यू हम लैम्डा वर्कआउट कर लेंगे. लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू FY अपॉन FCC. ये फॉर्मूला आपको कोड में दिया है, राइट? सो बेस्ड अपॉन FY अपॉन FCC वी आर वर्किंग आउट टू 0.244, right? Now for class A, we also have to calculate the value of phi, right? तो phi की वैल्यू को करने के लिए हमें अल्फा चाहिए. तो अल्फा को कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हमें imperfection factor चाहिए. अल्फा is from the table for class A, alpha is equal to 0.21. I'm just going to table number 7. This is table number 7. That value of alpha for class A is 0.21, right? तो इसके हिसाब से हम वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करेंगे. phi की सारी वैल्यूज में पुट करके we work it out, and this is coming out to be 0.534, right? So now we have the value of phi, we have the value of FCC. As I told you in the code itself, that we have to work it out the formula from bottom. अब FCC की वैल्यू वर्कआउट कर ली हमने, लैम्डा की वैल्यू वर्कआउट कर ली है, phi की वैल्यू वर्कआउट कर ली है. Now we can find the value of FCD, right? The same has been calculated here. The FCD value जब वर्कआउट करेंगे, it is coming out to be 225.2 Newton per mm square, right? So this is all just the calculations. You have to work it out, right? So we'll continue this numerical tomorrow as well. And second is that about YY axis. जब YY axis के about workout करेंगे, the class will change. The class will change, right? Class will become B. And if the class changes, our imperfection factor will change, and rest of the process remain the same, only the values will change. जब वैल्यू चेंज करेंगे, लैम्डा की वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी, phi की वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी, FCD की वैल्यू चेंज वर्कआउट जब करेंगे, it is coming out to be 87. So now FCD जब हम वर्कआउट करेंगे ZZ एक्सिस, इट इज कमिंग आउट टू बी 225.2 ऑफ कोर्स यूनिट्स, राइट। अगर हम YY एक्सिस करें FCD अबाउट YY एक्सिस, इट इज कमिंग आउट टू बी 87.06 न्यूटन पर mm स्केयर। दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव टोल्ड यू दैट कि RZZ की वैल्यू 161 थी, RYY की वैल्यू 28 थी, तो वील टेक, अगर पहले हमने मिनिमम ले लिया होता सो एक कैलकुलेशन हम अवॉइड कर लेते, बट बिकॉज वी आर डूइंग इट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट यू कैन कैलकुलेट बोथ ऑफ द वैल्यू and ultimately we have to select the minimum, right? And minimum is 87.06. That means the column will fail first. Column will buckle first along, about, not along, this is about YY axis, right? So we to calculate the load carrying capacity, so we consider the minimum, and now the PD is equal to FCD into AE, and FCD जो है वो that is 87.06 multiplied by area of the column जो हमने steel table से लिया है, initially data is there, that is 7.846, then area of the column is 7846. When you do it multiplication, you can work it out, this value will be there, right? So this is the method 1. Method 1 जो हमने अभी किया है, based upon formula as per ISM। कल को हम करेंगे यूजिंग द टेबल्स। अगर आप देखेंगे ऑलरेडी यू हैव द नोट्स, जब टेबल यूज करेंगे दिस इज द ओनली, दिस विल टेक 1/3 ऑफ द टाइम दैट यू हैव टेकन फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग दीज वैल्यूज, राइट। इसको कल करेंगे हम लोग, यू कैन गो थ्रू द नोट्स दैट हाउ टू यूज द फार्मूला, बी श्योर अबाउट द इंटरपोलेशन। तो एक न्यूमेरिकल ये करेंगे, एक न्यूमेरिकल कल और करेंगे, दैट आई विल शेयर विद यू tomorrow itself, right? So any questions from your side? It is very simple, just have to take the values in order and calculations, right? That's the method. Calculation आपके पास calculators है, इसमें इतनी issue आना नहीं चाहिए, right? That's all from
सर्कल,
okay, बोले
नो सर, सर कॉलम के लिए भी रोल्ड स्टील बीम्स में से रेडियस ऑफ गायरेशन क्यों लेते हैं?
हैं?
कॉलम्स के लिए भी सर रेडियस ऑफ गायरेशन जो है वो रोल्ड स्टील बीम्स में से क्यों लेते हैं सर?
रेडियस का मतलब ये नहीं है कि ये गोल है। रेडियस ऑफ गायरेशन इज अ टेक्निकल टर्म, राइट? just like modulus of elasticity, radius of gyration is technical property that defines the strength of the member along a particular direction, right? Radius doesn't mean that it's circular, it's a technical term. Just it's a term derived from the moment of inertia, and moment of inertia and radius of gyration, technically these are the two same terms but defined by different units, right?
Yes sir.
Okay. Radius of gyration is not the radius. It does not define that it is circular or something. It is a technical term which defines the strength of the member along a particular direction or about a particular axis, right? This is what it means. So it is its synonym to moment of inertia, which is a parameter that again defines the strength along a particular direction and about a particular axis. So we'll continue this process tomorrow. We have done this numerical. We'll try to solve with the help of tables, right? And that using the table is much easy because उसमें calculation की गलती होने के chances नहीं हैं. उस केस में आपको सिर्फ एक ही कैलकुलेशन करनी है, दैट इज इंटरपोलेशन। इंटरपोलेशन अगर किसी को क्लियर नहीं है तो आज आप बाद में मेरे लेक्चर के बाद में इसकी प्रैक्टिस कर लें। उसका सिंपल मतलब होता है कि एक वैल्यू 70 रुपए के 12 केले हैं, 80 रुपए के 13 केले हैं और 75 रुपए के कितने आएंगे, लाइक दिस, ठीक है। So with this, I'm just closing the session. Any questions, if you may have, you may type it in 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, we'll be closing. Already we have exceeded 10 minutes. Almost 1 hour we have seen it, right? तो कल को हम एक न्यूमेरिकल और करेंगे. Then we'll move to the design process of the compression. Is it fine? Close it. Shall we close it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.